do, oddly. And I will say too that I think the standard for us always has to be passion. You know, when if you have that, I think it helps you find your way through something. You know, when 5.0 first came up, because we had just come out of Star Trek, I was like, no, and Bob said, you know, that's it, yes. And so when Peter came in and was so passionate about the show and talked about how it meant so much to him and to his relationship with his father, I think what we took from that was, you have just nailed the spirit of the show, which is it's really about a family coming together. So if this pitch can really be, you know, a good representation of that, then we're in, and it really was. And I think that ultimately, when you love something, you make room for it in your life, and I think that's where we all came from on this show.
Daniel, these guys at least a little less cagey than Damon and Carlton, letting you know what's actually going to happen on the show that you're on in advance.
Yeah, no, I was able to talk to some of the press earlier, and it was kind of refreshing to be able to just talk about things and not worry about, you know, what I was giving away, and people already know Hawaii 5.0, so there's a brand awareness to it. So it's nice. It's been a change of pace in a lot of ways.
What about you, Grace? This is obviously very different from Battlestar in terms of all that sort of material and stuff. Is it sort of refreshing to sort of eyes wide open?
What do you mean eyes wide open?
Well, in terms of, like, I'm not sure how, if you know, they were like sort of lost, where they sort of would only give you bits and pieces and tell you the part of the story you needed to know.
Okay, so
maybe they're not telling you things.
No, so wait, what's the question? The question is not just how do I feel about it, or?
Yeah, it's a different working process.
Yeah, it is, absolutely. Well, especially because I had a couple quick shows in between. I remember when the first episode I shot, which was not Battlestar, and I just said this earlier, was that we were rolling, we were just about to go, and I started freaking out because like they hadn't cleared we were at a police station, there were just a bunch of policemen around outside, and I was like, you gotta like clear all these people, they're in the shot. And then I realized they were background, and they look like normal people, like all in wearing rags and flight suits or something weird like that. So I think I've come through the atmosphere already for a couple of years, so it's not highly unusual, but there's a lot of action in this, and it's not just like, I don't even know how to say it, it's like the show, as you've seen the clips, it's not just everyday television, it's kind of like bridging that gap a little bit. It's like filmic television. So the other day we were shooting something, lying on the concrete, and it's like the sun was hitting us, and there was all this kind of like black smoke, the pyro gel was burning, and I was like, you know, coughing and whatever, thinking it was kind of hard, and then I turned around and I saw all this stuff burning, and it looked amazing. It looked like the doors weren't charred, but it was supposed to look like something had just blown up. And I just immediately shut up and I turned around. I'm like, let's shoot this. It's very, very questionable.
Peter, a lot of times when you shoot a pilot, you shoot it well in advance, obviously, and then you have a lot of time before you go to series. And in that time, often, you know, you realize things that you work and you want to sort of continue in that direction, things you want to pull back on. What are sort of the things that you guys have spoken about since the pilot was done, where maybe the show might change at all in tone or anything like that? Grace.
I'll tell you what the question was.
I think from the beginning, when we started shooting this pilot, I think we were pretty confident that we had a really good shot at making this a series, not just a one-off pilot. I think from the beginning, we always thought of this as an epic, you know, this epic story that we're going to tell over the course of many episodes. So, in terms of tone, in terms of stories, we always saw it as the beginning of something. And not a one-off. So really, all these mysteries and all these storylines and all this character development was really built into the idea of having something that's going to run for many years. So tonally, or idea-wise, everything really started from the beginning, from the script stage. Nothing has really changed other than we keep adding to the mythology of this show. But for the most part, it's really consistent with our original vision and what we wanted to do. And really what we do week to week now is sort of just really adding meat to the bones and really trying to build up this mythology. So as mysteries are unraveled, new ones begin.
Well, I mentioned that we weren't going to let Daniel out of the hall alive if he didn't talk about the Lost finale, and you guys aren't going to let me out of the hall alive if I don't open the floor up to some questions. So, let's do that now. I know we got a lot of people that want to ask some stuff to this Celebrity All-Star panel here, so let's start it off right now, right over there.
Hi, my name is Jacques. I'm from Phoenix, Arizona. My question is for Grace. Will we see you more in bikinis?
Classy.
Oh, you look great.
I don't know if I have much of a choice in it. I'm hoping to bring out the full zip flight suit again.
I mean, is your bikini going to be your...
Unless I'm on beach patrol.
Is the bikini a police uniform?
I'll have a little badge.
Hi there. My question is actually for the creators of the show. So in the original Hawaii Five-0, Chin-Ho and Kono were pretty forgettable characters. And now that you have, obviously, A-list stars playing what were previously forgettable characters, can we expect a more balanced cast? Are we going to have Chin-Ho and Kono-centric episodes?
Absolutely, for sure.
You're not just saying that because they're sitting next to you, right?
No, I think, look, the cast is amazing, honestly. Like, every one of them is amazing. We could do individual shows about each one. We can pair them up. We can move them around. I mean, that's the beauty of it. And I think that the fun of this, too, is that because for us the show is about a family coming together, of course we have to do that, definitely.
And bikinis.
I want the guys in bikinis.
Just to be fair, in the second episode, Garrett is coming out of the water swimming, so we're sort of equal opportunity show here.
Get your Speedo ready, Daniel.
I happen to have it right here.
Yeah, get your cameras out. Right, real quick before we get this next question, I just want to make a quick announcement. If you remember, I mentioned these cards you got with a T-shirt. If you have a little hole at the bottom near the Hawaii Five-0 sign, please come to the front of the stage. Over here and right over there, and over here, right over there. Now you can't make a hole. You can make a hole, but it won't be the one. So if you do it, please just come right over here, and that's it. And next question, please.
I want to say aloha to everyone. I have a question. In the original series, they had some great characters that reoccurred, like Hugh Cronin played a great con man that they kept bringing back. Do you envision doing something like that, having a reoccurring villain, so to speak?
Absolutely, absolutely. I think one of the things that makes us really excited about doing the show is making it real. And sometimes bad guys get away. And not everything's wrapped up in a nice neat bow at the end of every show. So I would tell you right here that you're going to be seeing people coming back and expect that to happen on a regular basis.
Well, you know, the Hugh Cronin character wasn't a villain, quote unquote. He was a lovable con man that always gave Garrett fun. So that's why I was...
Yeah, I think those kinds of characters are the texture of those kinds of characters is what made 5-0 so special. So for us, absolutely, it's not just going to be recurring bad guys, but it's actually going to be recurring, you know, confidential informants and any number of colorful characters.
And luckily the cast have lost. The rest of them need jobs. So hopefully Daniel can hook us up with some emails and some phone numbers.
Hi, my question is for Daniel.